Kia ora, it's a real change of weather this week with some heavy rain, some strong winds and some high swells on the cars. So do keep a close eye on the forecast. You can see out towards the east an area of high pressure. That's what we had through the weekend, calm and settled. As we head in towards this week, low pressure returns and it brings with it some heavy rainfall, especially around these southern parts of the Western District in towards Fiordland, some strengthening winds as well. And it all kicks off as we head in towards Tuesday. So here you are, you can see as we go through the daytime on Tuesday, this low pressure drags this wet weather in towards Fiordland and those southern parts of Western, particularly in towards the ranges south of Hokitika, but generally a cloudier story on that western side. We'll have some rainfall that makes its way across in towards the far southern parts of the South Island as well. But the heaviest rainfall, and the one really to watch out for this week, will be the Western District, particularly up in towards the ranges there. Huge amounts of rainfall expected as we head through Tuesday, Wednesday, and also through and towards Thursday. That prolonged nature of that heavy rainfall, a real concern as we head through the rest of the week. On the North Island, though, generally things are looking much quieter. We'll find more cloud arriving as we head through the daytime across those northern parts of Northern, particularly those areas that are facing out towards the east and up in towards the Bay of Plenty and the Coromandel as well. But generally it's a pretty decent start today. Some nice clear skies and some pretty decent spells of sunshine from, say, Wellington up towards that eastern coast. There's more cloud as we head through the afternoon. You can see just pushing in from the north and the east, running through there, bringing with it the chance of an odd shower. But I think we'll find more of that cloud with us by the time we get to the end of the day. For places like Wanganui and down towards Palmerston North, a fine, dry, sunny story for you for your Tuesday. A great looking start to the week through there. In terms of our temperatures, all this air is coming in from the north, so it's very warm and pretty humid as well. We'll find our daytime temperatures that still climb into highs around about 23 or perhaps even 24 degrees Celsius in the best of that sunshine. But it's our overnight temperatures that'll be a real key feature for many of us as we go through this week. Look at those minimums. 17 degrees Celsius there in New Plymouth, 18 in Auckland. A very warm night to come. But while the weather on the North Island is looking relatively settled, the South Island, it's a different story. That low pressure down in the south brings some stronger winds through Monday and into Tuesday through parts of Fiordland, particularly those areas north of George Sound. And it'll also drag that wet weather in on towards the ranges of Fiordland and Western. You can see those darker blues showing that heavier rainfall through there. We'll find that the wet weather transfers up towards the north, not as much, but still I think rather a cloudy story for the rest of, say, the Western District up in towards Grey and up in towards Buller. And you can see that some of that rainfall makes its way across in towards the east. These strong northwesterly winds pushing that wet weather in towards the headwaters of the Canterbury and Otago lakes and rivers. We'll find some of that rainfall as well down towards the far south by the end of the day. But the heaviest rainfall will be up about those ranges of the Western District as we go through the rest of this week. And we have got a severe weather warning in place for there, and rainfall totals could be as much as 600 to 800 millimetres of rainfall up about the ranges. Down towards the coast, you're looking at lesser amounts. So this is a warning for those areas south of Hokitika, but you could find even as much as 200 or 300 millimetres of rainfall around the coast, but the heaviest up about the ranges there. And with those stronger winds as well, that'll push some of that rainfall in towards the headwaters of the Otago lakes and rivers. And there's also a warning for those areas of Fiordland north of George Sound. You can see we've got watches as well either side of those warning areas. And we've also got some watches for wind as well, picking up through Monday afternoon in Fiordland and during the daytime on Tuesday through towards Wednesday through the Canterbury High Country. Those winds perhaps reaching severe gale in the most exposed areas. So a rather windy story there as well. As we head in towards the next few days, like I say, that air's all coming in from the north. You can see on the South Island, we've still got those high temperatures, 23 degrees Celsius out towards parts of Canterbury, and our overnight lows firmly in our double figures. This rain though lingers and it lasts in towards parts of the Western District. You can see as we head through Wednesday, this rain continues to feed on towards that western coast. It's really for those areas south of, say, Hokitika, but you can see up towards the Papamoa ranges that we'll find that heavy rainfall feeding through there. By the end of the week, we'll find the system moves closer towards us. These larger arrows showing those stronger northerly winds, something to watch out for as we head in towards Thursday, up towards parts of, say, Northland and across the Northland as well. But you can see that rainfall continues to feed on towards those western-facing parts of the Southland, especially those southern parts of Westland and Fiordland. We'll find that rain feeding through there. But as this low pressure forms out towards the eastern coast, we'll also find some of that wet weather feeding in towards the eastern side of the Southland as well, parts of Otago and Canterbury. Keep an eye on your forecast as we head in towards Thursday and Friday. That wet weather also set to move across the Northland as we head through Thursday and Friday, preceded by those stronger northerly winds as well. So it's really a week or two halves for the Northland, with some drier, brighter weather around first thing before things turn much more unsettled towards the end of the week. And for the Southland, especially for those areas on the western side, do keep a really close eye on those severe weather watches and warnings. And as always, you can find all the latest information at metservice.com.